Hey guys, so I haven't made a video in a really long time, and I was looking through my channel the other day and I realized one topic that I haven't talked about on YouTube that I've talked about on every other social networking site, and that is self-image and how you should love yourself. So today I'm going to do that. First off, I'm going to talk about the things that I have dealt with on this topic and why this topic is so important to me and why encouraging other people to love themselves means a lot to me. Ever since I was little, I was constantly made fun of. I was told I was ugly, that I was fat, and that I didn't deserve to be alive because of the way I looked. I had people beat me up all the time in elementary school. They locked me in a batting cage and like 6 of them beat me up at once. I had spit poured on my head, mean messages online, everything like that. The way it affected me is that the summer going into freshman year, I was 160 pounds. That's very overweight for my body type and my age and everything like that. So I finally decided that I would lose weight because I didn't want to go through high school and get made fun of again for 4 more years. I just didn't want to deal with it. So I started running every single day for like 2 hours. I would burn around 800 to 1,300 calories a day. I would count my calories. I only ate 1,200 a day. I drank so much water and green tea and all of these things I could do to speed up my metabolism and everything like that. It became such an obsessive thing in my head that I had to run. I had to count my calories. I couldn't go without doing it, and I became very obsessive. I did it the healthy way, and I know right now it sounds like I had like an eating disorder or something, but I did do it the healthy way. It just became too much of an obsessive thing in my head that I had to do it every day. I've been seeing this topic about loving yourself and positive body image going around a lot more lately, so I'm going to join in and I'm going to talk about my views on it too. I actually did a project on this and I have my papers right here so I can refer to statistics and everything like that. We can't keep blaming society for the reason that so many people are affected by eating disorders and self-dysmorphia and that they're so insecure about themselves, because we are society. Every single one of us, me, you, we're all society, and if we want to change the way that society works, we have to make a difference. We can't sit around and wait for other people to do it, because I feel like a lot of times when people say society, they think that means print ads, actresses, modeling companies, clotheslines, everything like that. They're a part of society, and the things that they put out there influence everyone's thoughts a lot, but we also are society, and if we choose to not listen to the things that they say, then we won't be so negative on our bodies. Makeup lines and everything like that tells us that we should love ourselves for who we are, the way we look, that we're beautiful the way that we were born. We don't need all these things to be considered perfect. But at the same time, they're expecting us to buy things like fake eyelashes, fake nails, hair extensions, hair dye, weight loss pills. And it's not only girls that are being affected by this, because guys are also affected by it. They see bodybuilders and commercials that say, you want an 8-pack and some killer biceps? Take this protein shake and you'll get that. So guys think that they have to do all of these things to, I don't know, impress other girls to feel like they look good for society and for everyone else. There are girls as young as 12 that 80% of them have tried to lose weight, and that is 80% too much. You're 12 years old. That's like 6th and 7th grade. 50% of girls between the ages of 11 to 18 see themselves as fat. Marilyn Monroe is considered one of the most beautiful women on the planet, but if she were alive today in this era, she'd be considered overweight. Girls think that they had to be stick thin to be considered beautiful, and that's not the case. High designer clotheslines like Chanel have t-shirts that actually say, eating isn't very Chanel of you. I've seen that on Tumblr, Google, everything like that, and that's an advertisement that's caused so many girls and guys to have eating disorders. How do we expect everyone to love themselves when us ourselves can't love who we are, and when we are also telling people, you'd be prettier if you did this, you would look so much better if you did that, if you lost a couple pounds, I'd totally date you. Those aren't the kind of things you say to someone to help them love who they are. 95% of people with an eating disorder are between the ages of 12 to 25. Again, 12, 13, 14, that's a middle schoolers learning how to binge and skip meals and purge and run and run and run because they think that's what they have to do to be considered beautiful. Just to show you an example of how severe this problem is, I looked up the tag on Instagram anorexia, and there's over 2,748,721 posts with that hashtag. Another hashtag that I just searched was self-hate, and there is over 809,782 posts with that. Now let's see how many there are with self-love. With the hashtag self-love, there's 632,487 posts. That's like 200,000 and something posts less than self-hate has, and I think there's something wrong with that. In my paper, I have a quote written down that Claire Misko, a specialist on body image and eating disorders, has said. It says, the issue of focusing on a particular body type is common. What's new is that these things have taken on a life of their own because the internet and social media. Weight loss advertisements usually say things like, get the body that you want with this product. Love the body you're in. How do they expect us to love the body we're in if they're encouraging us to change the way that we look? Are you saying that if I use your product, I might love who I am? I shouldn't have to use your product to love the body that I'm in. 70% of girls who read magazines on a daily basis look at that for beauty advice on how to lose weight. Why are they looking at a magazine for tips on how to be beautiful? Do they think that these people know what beautiful and perfection is because they have a magazine? On TV shows like Degrassi, a long time ago when Degrassi was fairly new, I used to watch it when I was like 8 and 9. And I saw a girl on it named Emma, and she was running, throwing up, barely eating, and she had an eating disorder in the show. I was 8 or 9 when I saw this episode, and in my head I was thinking, maybe if I run and skip meals and throw up when I do eat like Emma, I'll lose weight and I'll be pretty. God made you the way that you are, so why let society change who you are? That was poetic. And another thing about this topic that I think also matters a lot is that people are targeting young girls to help them more with this than guys. Guys struggle with this as well. Yes, guys can have anorexia. Yes, guys can be bulimic. Yes, guys can have body dysmorphia. Everybody can have it. It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. It doesn't matter how old you are. But maybe if we make a change with society, then we'll all stop worrying about our weight and what the scale says and, oh, if I eat this, I'm gonna get fat and I'm gonna be ugly. And instead we should be, I'm gonna eat this because it's good for me, not because I want to change who I am or the way I look to make anyone else around me happy. Gandhi said, be the change in the world that you wish to see. And if we want to see a change in how everyone looks at themselves and what everyone thinks the image of perfect and beautiful and attractive and hot and manly is, then we need to be the change. We can't sit around and wait for the world to change for us, because if nobody's making a difference, the world's not going to change. So many girls dream of being a model, but they think that they can't do it because they're too fat. So many guys dream of being a football player, but they feel like they won't make it because they're not buff enough. So many girls think that they have to be stick thin to be desirable. But like I said, Marilyn Monroe was considered one of the most beautiful women in the world. If she was alive, she'd be considered overweight today. Think about it. Do you want your son or daughter to grow up worrying about if they look pretty enough, or if they're skinny enough, or worrying about which meals they're going to skip so they can be perfect? No, you don't want your child to do that to themselves. So why are you doing it to yourself? Treat yourself the way you would want your future child to treat themselves. Whether you're fat, skinny, or you have an 8-pack, if all your ribs are showing, you're still beautiful. You don't have to change who you are to be beautiful. And if someone doesn't want you for the way that you are, or they don't find you desirable, kick them to the curb. Because you are beautiful, you are handsome, and you matter. And you don't need to change who you are, or starve yourself, or push yourself too hard in the gym to be considered perfect or attractive. I know this video is on a serious topic and that you might be bored listening to me babble on and on and on about statistics and how you should love yourself, but it's important and we need to do something about the way that things are going in this world. If you want to lose weight for you, not because the TV tells you to. If you want to dye your hair, do it because you want to, not because the guy said you'd be cuter if you did. If you want an 8-pack and some awesome biceps, do it for you, not because a girl says you're fat and she won't date you. Start doing things for you and start respecting yourself. Because if you don't respect yourself, why should society? Why should everyone else? Love who you are. Love the body that you're in. You don't need these artificial things to be considered beautiful or handsome. Well, guys, that's all I have to say about that. So I hope that this video touched you in some sort of way or made you think about things or changes your view on maybe yourself. And if any of you guys ever have any questions or need someone to talk to, you can follow me on Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. You can message me your questions or anything like that, and I'll be glad to help in any way that I can. But even if I'm not available or if you don't feel comfortable reaching out to me, God's always there for you. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe, like, comment, and all that stuff. Y'all have a good day.